My husband won a 30 million lottery, but kicked me out of the house with nothing. Unexpectedly, the extreme heat apocalypse arrived, like a twisted horror movie. I hid alone in a fully stocked, rural villa, enjoying the air conditioning and eating delicious food, while watching my ex-husband, desperate for hydration, cruelly dismember his first love with his own hands. In my past life, Mao Bufan, along with our son and Liu Ryan, locked me in the basement, leaving me to dehydrate in the 50-degree heat. In the end, I was killed by the three of them. Just before my consciousness, a flash of white light appeared, and I was reborn on the day of our divorce. The immense pain in my body hadn't entirely vanished yet. In a daze, I breathed in the fresh air. Mao Bufan shoved me. What are you daydreaming about? Yonyan is already pregnant. Hurry up, pack your things and get out. Liu Ryan was hiding behind him, teasing my son Yaozu with a toy. Looking at this familiar scene, I suppressed the hatred in my heart, and readily agreed. All right. Mao Bufan froze for a second, his eyes full of suspicion. Don't try to play any tricks, Yaozu urged with a look of disgust. Stop dawdling, you two. Hurry up and get divorced. I want Aunt Yonyan to be my new mom. Mao Bufan instantly became energetic, anxiously dragging me to the Civil Affairs Bureau. He giggled foolishly all the way, while Yaozu snuggled affectionately in Liu Ryan's arms. I suppressed my anger and secretly swore, in this life, I will definitely make them pay. After dividing our properties, I only received the money I had frugally saved up, amounting to 500,000. You should be content. You lived and ate for free in my house for so many years. I didn't even charge you rent. As long as you don't bother me and Yonyan in the future, I can give you another 100,000. I gladly accepted. Why would I go against money at a time like this? Moreover, the current Mao Bufan didn't care about this small amount of money at all. A few days ago, he hit the lottery jackpot. So, he wanted to divorce me before claiming the prize, so he could bring his first love home. But, in my past life, I was completely unaware. It wasn't until I saw their intimate posted on WeChat moments, with the caption, "Wasted half a lifetime. But in the end, it's still you." I realized that ever since Liu Ryan returned to the country, Mao Bufan had been mocking me, a stay-at-home mom, every single day. Yaozu also cursed at me, calling me a bitch and a terrible person, just because I stopped him from gaining me best life and slapped Liu Ryan across the face, scolding her for seducing someone else's husband. Instead, they teamed up and locked me in the basement. Coming out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, I watched the family of three smiling so smugly. Laugh while you can. Soon, you won't be able to laugh anymore. Premier retourné d'homme. And started planning to buy supplies to protect myself. Halfway through my planning, Mao Bufan returned with Yaozu. Looking at his triumphant expression, I guessed he had already claimed the 30 million prize. Yaozu ran up to me. Dad and I are going to travel abroad. Hurry up and pack our bags. I'm not your nanny. Find whoever you want to do it. He picked up a toy and smashed it hard at me. You are my mom. You have to serve me like a slave. Otherwise, I'll tell Dad to beat you. A sharp edge of the toy scratched my leg. Looking at Yaozu's self-righteous face, I secretly hated myself for giving birth to a child like this. in my past life arrived. Their family enjoyed the supplies I had hoarded, while I was left dying in the basement. To please Liu Ryan, Yao Zhu even blocked the basement's ventilation shaft, leaving me to pass out in the extreme heat. I slapped Yao Zhu hard across the face. Elle a un jet d'atmou bite me. But I lifted him with one hand and beat him. I glanced at Mal Bufin, who was watching the show. You better control your precious son. Don't forget, we are still in the cooling off period. If you dare provoke me again, watch out. I won't let you get the divorce certificate in 30 days. Only then did he reluctantly pack a few clothes. Dragged Yao Zhu out the door. As soon as they left, I immediately went down to the basement and rummaged through everything. The pandemic period gave me the habit of hoarding supplies. The basement was stocked with enough food and daily necessities to last 3 months. In this life, I am taking everything with me. 20 cases of mineral water. Water is the scarcest resource in the heat apocalypse. I must take it all. 10 bags of rice, 10 bags of flour, 5 jugs of oil. I quickly called a truck to haul them away. I also grabbed a hammer and smashed the air conditioner a few times. I hope the 3 of them have strong bodies and can stay lively in the continuous 50-degree without food, heat, water, or AC. Inadvertently, I saw that bone cleaver. Yao Zhu loved eating meat, so that knife was originally used by me to chop bones. I never expected in my past life it would become the tool they used to dismember me. I casually placed it on the kitchen counter. Finally, I called to order a few hidden cameras and installed them in concealed spots. By the time I finished, it was already past 2 p.m. Ignoring the high temperature outside, I quickly drove the supplies back to my hometown. I am a lone wolf now. My parents passed away one after another when I was in high school, leaving me only a self-built rural house. When building the house, not only did they use the best construction materials, but they also equipped it with 8 solar panels. Apart from the wall, an electric fence was installed all around the house. Now, this fully equipped rural villa is my greatest source of confidence against the heat apocalypse. There are still 2 weeks before the apocalypse arrives. I contacted workers to install a water purification system and also bought a few large household batteries. Even if the solar panels break down, I can still rely on self-generated electricity to survive. Although the house has a full central AC system, I was still a bit worried. So I bought 7 or 8 stand fans, along with good humidifiers. This way, I can comfortably enjoy the cool air even during the apocalypse. I also ordered several commercial freezers, a generator, and ultra-large water storage tanks. After buying all these, I had spent almost all my savings. I didn't hesitate, directly opened my phone, and took out a loan of 1 million from various apps. Because, in my past life, I was stuck in the basement all the time. I didn't know how long this extreme heat would last. So moving forward, I need to buy as many daily necessities as possible, ensuring every penny is spent where it counts. I rushed non-stop to the wholesale supermarket. Freshly slaughtered beef, mutton, pork, and chicken I bought them by the dozens. 400 bags each of rice and flour, and 500 jugs of water. Various seasonings were also thrown into the cart by the box. Self-heating rice, instant hot pots, and other quick meals. I also bought a lot, in case I couldn't turn on the stove to cook. These things could still fill me up. In addition, I selected dozens of boxes of snacks and drinks, fruits, various toiletries, kitchenware, and tableware. At the checkout counter, the boss saw that I had almost emptied the entire supermarket, and instantly grew suspicious. He actually refused to check me out and even called the security guards. My heart tightened, just as I was thinking of an excuse to bluff my way through. But before I could speak, the boss's expression suddenly changed. Purchases over 3,000 come with free delivery to your door. Do you need help with delivery? Ram. I finally breathed a sigh of relief. No need, just help me load them into my truck. Thank you. After loading the truck, I left quickly, afraid of drawing anyone else's attention. Coming out of the supermarket, I went straight to the pharmacy. Various common medicines and vitamins. I bought dozens of boxes of each. I drove my small truck, making 3 round trips before I managed to haul all the supplies back home. Over the next few days, I constantly organized the supplies and also took the time to fill my computer and iPad with novels and TV series, just in case I got bored if the internet went down during the apocalypse. It just rained yesterday, but today the temperature suddenly skyrocketed. I tapped my phone to check. 45 degrees. The weather app kept popping up red heat warnings. Netizens were also howling in misery. I'm dying of heat. This damned weather. What's going on? Even if the earth is going to explode, I still have to go to work. I truly am the chosen corporate slave. Guys, who's feeling it? The high temperature apocalypse has become a reality. The end of the world is really here. It was exactly like this in my past life. A sharp temperature rise right after the rain. The next day, it directly soared to 55 degrees. The high temperature persisted. Many people died from heat stroke and dehydration. I replied under the comment about the heat apocalypse. This year's temperature is abnormal. I suggest everyone hoard some supplies just in case. You've been reading too many apocalypse novels, right? Making a fuss over nothing. Here comes another one spreading panic. Can't you hope for something good? I put away my phone. Honest advice is hard to hear. Forget it. I just hope my brief reply can catch the attention of a few people. My phone chimed with a notification from the camera app. I checked my phone, and surely enough, Mal Bufin, Yao Zhu, and Liu Ryan had returned from their trip abroad. Yao Zhu was screaming that he wanted to eat ice cream, but Mal Bufin was paralyzed on the sofa, not moving an inch. It was Liu Ryan who took out her phone to order delivery, finally stopping Yao Zhu's loud crying. Because of the extreme heat, there were very few delivery riders. They waited a full 3 hours before the food arrived. Shortly after eating the delivery food, Mal Bufin put his arm around Liu Ryan and went to the bedroom to do as they pleased. What they didn't expect was that, when they woke up, they would be greeted by a massive change in the world. The heat apocalypse had arrived right on schedule, this time with a fresh start. I will definitely live well. With the AC set to 26 degrees, I looked out the window at the leaves roasted yellow by the extreme heat. I rejoiced that everything had been properly arranged. The TV news continuously broadcasted various accidents caused by the high temperatures outside, except for a few large chain supermarkets still operating. Most other businesses had essentially closed down. When night fell, it was completely dark. Yet the temperature didn't drop, but instead rose. More and more people started to sense the crisis and began going out to buy water, food, and other daily necessities. Looking at the camera feed, the three of them were still chilling at home with the AC on. Watching the news, they were completely unconcerned. Liu Ryan whispered softly into Mao Bufan's embrace. Brother Fan, the weather is abnormally hot right now. Should we also go out and buy some things? No need. Bing Bing, that foodie, loves hoarding stuff anyway. The basement has everything. It's so chaotic outside right now. What if you get hurt? But I'm pregnant with your precious son. I just want to eat something delicious. Mao Bufan impatiently tossed his phone to Liu Ryan. With money, are you afraid we can't buy food? Just order some delivery. Liu Ryan was a little dissatisfied. Yao Zhu, however, was quick on the draw, grabbed the phone, and ordered plenty of snacks, drinks, and toys for himself. Unfortunately, the weather outside was way too hot. The items, for the three of them, weren't delivered until past 10 p.m. this time. Mao Bufan was still cursing the delivery rider. But Yao Zhu was already dizzy with hunger. He grabbed a bag of snacks from the floor and started stuffing his face. Like a starving ghost reincarnated. Just as useless as your yellow-faced mother. I have plenty of money. Would I let you starve? Mao Bufan slapped Yao Zhu hard on the top of his head. Furious, Yao Zhu threw the delivery food at him. Liu Ryan gently tried to persuade them. But the deep resentment on Yao Zhu's face did not fade. Although it was over 50 degrees outside, the AC inside was blowing vigorously. It was incredibly cool. I rummaged through the fridge, taking out tripe, shrimp paste, duck intestines, fatty beef, tribute vegetables, and bij making mizela. Sumptuous spicy beef tallow hot pot. But I felt like something was missing. So I put on my favorite Meow Bing Bing cartoon. Watching it while eating. I was eating so joyfully when my phone unexpectedly rang. It was Mao Bufan calling. I opened the camera feed. They were staring at the empty basement, where not a single hoarded item was left behind. They were absolutely furious. Bing Bing. Where did all the food hoarded in the house go? And the AC. It broke after barely being used. Why didn't you get someone to fix it? Are you trying to kill me? I bought all those things myself. And carried them home myself. Of course, I'm taking them with me. Have you ever cared about anything in the house all these years? The AC was second-hand to begin with. Who told you to be cheap? Deal with it yourself. Bing Bing. You're greedy over such small things. You deserve to be poor. Aren't you rich? Then go buy a new one. What are you bitching about here? He began to spew profanities. But I am no longer that submissive woman from my previous life. I directly hung up the phone. Opening the camera feed, Mao Bufan tried to call me again. But, unfortunately, I had already turned my phone off. He began to rage, in complete impotence, yelling angrily at Liu Ryan. There's no food in the house. And the AC is broken. I entrusted this house to you. And you can't even handle such a small thing. Liu Ryan was stunned in place by his roaring. So annoying. If there's no food, just spend money to order delivery. Easy for you to say. It's over 50 degrees outside. What rider is taking orders? You're so dumb. If there are no riders, why don't you make my mom deliver? Mao Bufan turned completely red with anger at Yao Zhu. Liu Ryan seized this opportunity, constantly whispering something beside him, watching the three of them harboring their own sinister motives. I casually cooked a few slices of tripe, dipped them in sauce. It was truly tender and refreshing. The second day of the apocalypse, the temperature rose to a limit of nearly 60 degrees. The TV news was continuously broadcasting. Extreme high temperatures persist. Citizens, please do not go outside. Relevant departments are preparing artificial rain. Please be patient. I tried going online to understand the outside situation, only to find everyone struggling bitterly. In this high-temperature weather, they were wailing for help. I regret it so much. Why didn't I hoard supplies earlier? I'll have no food by tomorrow. What should I do? I'll pay 10,000. Compagnon, bring me few bottles of water. Someone save me. My AC is broken, and no one is coming to fix it. I silently turned off my phone. Under the apocalypse, I can only manage to protect myself. On the 6th day of the heat apocalypse, the temperature stayed stubbornly at 60 degrees. Currently, tens of thousands of people had already lost their lives. I opened the camera feed in my ex-husband's house and saw the three of them looking emaciated. Brother Fan, there's no food left in the house. Think of something. What can I do? No riders are accepting delivery orders right now. Liu Ryan whispered into Mao Bufan's ear. Yao Zhu is young, strong, and runs fast. Sending him out to buy stuff shouldn't be a problem, right? Yao Zhu, seeing the situation turning against him, scrambled up and hid back in his room. Mao Bufan cursed loudly a few times, took out his phone, and tapped away. Soon enough, someone came to the door with supplies. It was Zhao Wang, a well-known local thug in the community. Zhao Wang stretched out his hand, asking for 20,000 right off the bat. 20,000 for just this little bit of stuff? Are you crazy? Before Mao Bufan could finish speaking, he was knocked to the ground by Zhao Wang's punch. He didn't dare to fight back at all, and trembling, took out his phone and paid the 20,000. Before leaving, Zhao Wang didn't forget to flirt with Liu Ryan. Beauty, it's such a pity you're with this weakling. I have everything you need over at my place. If you're hungry, come find me. I definitely won't treat you badly. As soon as Zhao Wang left, Mao Bufan violently beat Liu Ryan. You little bitch, flirting with everyone you see. Let's see you try making eyes at other men again. Liu Ryan was beaten to her knees begging for mercy, which finally made Mao Bufan stop. Meanwhile, Yao Zhu on the side had already taken all the water and bread and stuffed them into his mouth, leaving nothing for them. Furious, Mao Bufan slapped Yao Zhu straight across the face. After this commotion, the three fell into a complete cold war. I happily hummed a song and cooked a table of delicious food for myself. Then, I picked a good angle and carefully took a few photos. I posted it on Moments, making it visible only to Mao Bufan. Soon enough, he called. His roaring voice was extremely ear-piercing. Bing Bing, where are you? Where did you get food? None of your business. What are you barking about? Mao Bufan stayed silent for a moment, then softened his voice and started pleading. Bing Bing, I know I was wrong. Yao Zhu and I are starving to death. Will you save us, please? I'd rather save a dog than save you. Go eat shit. I hung up the phone and casually deleted the post on Moments. Let them torture each other. The three of them deserved it. 2 months later, the extreme heat was still ongoing. Tragedy finally struck my ex-husband's house. Liu Ryan had just finished chewing on a piece of bread, reached out for some water, but was fiercely slapped away by Mao Bufan. There's only this much water left. How much more do you want to drink, you bitch? Saying that, he viciously chugged the entire bottle of water himself, without leaving a single drop for Liu Ryan. Screaming, she scratched Mao Bufan's face. Brother Wang gave that to me. Spit that water out and give it back to me. Enraged, Mao Bufan choked her with both hands. You little bitch. I didn't even mind that the water you hoard yourself for was dirty. It's all your fault. If you had fought for it, I wouldn't have to suffer like this. Liu Ryan was choked until she could barely breathe. She kicked him away forcefully, then rushed to the kitchen, grabbed the bone cleaver, and fiercely slashed Mao Bufan with it. A weakling like you doesn't even deserve Bing Bing. I'll tell you the truth. I was never even pregnant if you didn't have some stinking money. Who would want to be with you? I'm going to Brother Wang's place now. You just wait here to die. Liu Ryan backed away towards the door. The moment she turned around, Mao Bufan crawled up, grabbed the bone cleaver, and hacked it straight into her neck. Liu Ryan soon lost her breath. Hearing the noise, Yaozu rushed over. Before he even had time to scream, he was grabbed by Mao Bufan, who forcefully pressed his face directly onto Liu Ryan's wound. Gulping sounds of drinking echoed in the living room. It made me feel nauseous, so I quickly turned off the feed and drank a glass of iced cola to restore my sanity. The extreme heat continued for another 10 days or so. Mao Bufan called. Bing Bing. Yaozu says he misses his mom. I turned on the video call. Yaozu was looking at me with a face full of tears. Mom, save us. Dad and I are starving to death. I directly took out an ice cream, eating it slowly and leisurely right in front of them. Mom, I promise I'll never say bad things about you again. Bing Bing. I really know I was wrong. I've already kicked Liu Ryan out. As long as you are willing to save us, I promise to live a good life with you from now on. Do you actually know you were wrong? You only feel scared because you're about to die. Do you think I'm an idiot? You have no sincerity at all. Mao Bufan gritted his teeth and started slapping himself. Not to be outdone, Yaozu also swung his little hands and slapped himself. Stop hitting yourselves. Come find me at my hometown. It's just a 3 or 4 hour drive. I didn't continue listening to their begging and directly hung up the phone. I waited at home for a month. But Mao Bufan and Yaozu never came. Finally, on one afternoon, the temperature began to drop, slowly returning to a normal level. Social order gradually returned to normal as well. But there was no news from Mao Bufan. I reported them missing to the police station. A few days later, the police found them on the way to my house. Mao Bufan had already been sun-dried into a corpse, naturally bringing his death certificate. I withdrew the divorce application, just like that. Mao Bufan's remaining 20 million. And at the same time, I started my own brand new future.